you're the one that gets upset about trans people. I don't care about your opinion. I want trans people to have healthcare, okay? Because it makes them feel better and it doesn't affect you.
Well, hang on. In this
When we're
particular
talking
case,
about blackface, is that obviously it has racial undertones. Do you think that that is the
so
case
it
when it
affects
comes to gender
yes,
affirming care?
yes.
Racial undertones. Do you
It
think that
has
the N-word has the
it
same effect of other slurs?
has sex undertones. So the thing is that you want
Sex undertones. So a
hang on.
historical
I'm
interpretation
trying
of
to
how they've
explain it to you.
been
Do you want
disenfranchised.
so Christians are the overwhelming majority of the United States, and you're asking them to lie in order to make people feel better. But
Lie. I mean,
but you would take
do you understand that Christianity is a lie?
you would take black people's
You
feelings
you're gonna
into
act like
consideration.
religion is a matter?
You would
Religion is a
take
fucking lie, dude.
whether
Stop
you
that.
think it's a lie or not, we're just operating off of feelings here.
They're
So
not against trans people, so I don't know what you're talking about.
So yes, well, I mean, yes, they are, but I don't know what you're talking
depends
about.
which
But anyway,
interpretation, right?
back to what I was saying, you would take the entire consideration of the black community into account and say it does actually more damage to affirm Alex's identity as a black man if it causes more harm to the entire black community. But in the case of a Christian person, you would say that's fine. They're liars anyway.
Do trans people affect the Christian community?
Yes, I just told you we have to lie.
They're causing material
the
harm?
expectation is that we lie. Yeah, that's
Well,
very
you guys lie all
harmful
the time.
to people. It's harmful to
Really?
people whose
You think
values
that
are
lying so you think Christians having to lie is the same as blackface? The black community?
I think that the ask that a person says something which is not true has the same ramifications on both communities. Yes, because that's what you're doing in both cases.
Okay, so yes, just say yes that you agree straight up that blackface is as bad as asking Christians to lie. So
Absolutely.
there's a lot of other things that
100% believe that that's
is
true.
that your same
Yes.
opinion on like abortion or some shit? Like that's insane.
No, well, just asserting that it's insane isn't an argument.
Okay, so why don't you go in on that? So why is asking to let's assume that it's a lie or whatever. So how is lying the same level to Christians as blackface is to the black community?
Because in both instances, it's simply an emotional response based on something that's not true. So they're directly equivalent.
Blackface was like minstrel shows and stuff like. You understand what minstrel shows are?
No, do you understand?
Where it was literally making fun of.
Do you understand in this context?
The black community that were used to disenfranchise them.
We're talking about Alex pretending to be black and you affirming his blackness.
No, you're talking about the black community.
You affirming his blackness because it will help him with like suicidality issues. That's what we're talking about. So if that's the case, right, you're saying it's okay to lie to Alex and affirm his identity as a black man in order to prevent him from suicidality. It's like, okay, that's fine if you say that, and you'll disenfranchise every other black person who says, no, that actually hurts us, right? But you wouldn't give the same affordation to Christians who say we're not going to lie and call men women who put on a wig and have a giant fucking beard women. That's insane.
I don't think that most trans women probably want to do that. That's more of an NB thing. Again, like I don't think you understand the subtleties of gender identity, and that's fine. That's expected.
It's
like
just
there's nothing wrong with that.
For my
I just don't understand what you're talking
comprehend.
about. No, I just don't think like it's not like you're dumb or something. I don't think you're a dumb person. I just think that it's like more like you I think you're really like in the camp of wanting to make these things black and white, and I think that's really unhelpful opinion to have, like just for yourself even. Like I mean, you have multiple children. What if one of them was trans? How would you feel about that?
They can't be trans. It's an indicator they can only have a mental illness. That's it.
Okay,
there is no
so
such thing as
if
trans
the solution,
outside of mental illness.
Okay, so if the solution, so if they have a mental illness, right, that makes them maybe vulnerable to like committing suicide, right? And you had a solution to make sure that didn't happen, would you not want to see that happen for your child?
I think that I would do whatever I could to mitigate their health, not at the expense of whatever my personal values were. So would I do anything? The answer would be
your
no.
personal values.
For instance, what if they were a psychopathic serial killer and it made them feel better to kill people?
Okay, but that's not what we're talking about.
Right, but hang on. Should I let them do that? The answer would be no, because it would be a contradiction in values. So if they said the only way that you can actually help your son through this mental illness is to affirm a lie in contradiction to your own values, would I do that? The answer is also no.
Okay, so you're saying if your child was trans and they were really upset that you would
No,
not
I'm saying
accept
that that's
them.
if they had a mental
I'm,
illness.
I'm no, I'm just no, I'm
Yeah.
asking you like just a straight like okay, if you think that that's a mental illness, that's fine. Let's go with that. That's fine. I don't see any
Would
problem
help
with
them
having
in
that as
any
a
way
stressor.
possible
If
that was
your
not
child,
contrary to my Christian values. Yes.
okay, but what if statistically, well, there's not anything against in Christianity trans people,
Yeah,
but like
lying is bad in Christianity, Nina. I don't know if you knew that or not, but we're not allowed to do that. It's a sin.
okay, I don't really want to engage with the lying aspect because I feel like that's very
But
silly.
you already have.
Okay, so
So it's
if you have the choice of affirming your Christian values and your kid killing herself, you're gonna go with the kid killing herself or themselves?
you mean if there's a direct like you have to violate the sanctity of all of your values or this kid dies? Depending on the mortality of the sin,
I just don't think that's not much of a okay. So
depending on the
lying. So
mortality of the
if one
sin,
of your
yeah.
kid lies, like that's you violating the sanctity of all of your values, just like lying about anything.
Yeah,
What about like
lying is a sin, yes. Now, there's a hierarchy
um,
when it comes to not all sins are equal, Nina. So
okay, so
is it possible that in my own selfishness I might set some of those sins aside for my prodigy in order to do something different than is within my value structure, even knowing that it's wrong? I might do that,
okay,
but that
so
doesn't mean it's right to do.
okay, that's fair. But you would be willing to do that if the lie, because I mean lying's not like a on
Well, the
not really on that
magnitude
high level on
lies,
that.
the yeah, I think that the
Oh, I'm
magnitude of
sure we love
lies
little white lies, all those things
is
all the time.
worse often than just killing someone. Lies can enslave an entire population. Lies can convince people that men can be women. Lies can
Okay, so
convince
what
people
level
of
of
all
lie
sorts of
is
madness.
okay, so in your mind, how high is the trans lie for you? What level? Is it like the genocide lie?
Well,
Like is it gonna like
that's a complete
cause
rewrite of reality. So it's a socially controlled lie. So it's high up there. It's a very awful and horrendous lie that has been perpetuated on the public to state that women, the essence that is woman, which is its own unique thing under God, it's its own unique thing, is perverse to the point where men can just make the claim that they're interchangeable with the thing that gives life to other men is a horrendous lie. It's horrendous. Horrendous.
why?
I just told you why. It's because it's a rewrite of the fabric of all things
Okay,
that are
but and
true.
you're just kind of saying like grand claims. You're not really giving me an example of how do you
They're
think it's gonna
affirmed
affect the
off of
world?
my belief in Jesus Christ and my religion. And the affirmation
Which
of
is
that belief, if you have problems with that and you want to get into transcendentals and get worked there too, Nina, we can do that too. Whatever you want to do. If you want to question my value
you
structure
want
in
to argue
comparison,
religion, something that doesn't have any basis in anything. Yeah, I'm sure that'll
Well,
get
I don't
work
want to get into
down.
religion. Let's keep it on topic.
okay, so here on topic, what I'm saying is that yes, the affirmation of what's true is very important to Christians. There are Christians who lie, of course. Nobody is perfect. Okay. And of course, certain lies have a magnitude greater than others in their effect. We're not retarded. We understand the distinctions here, Nina. What I'm saying is that if you make this radical claim that men and women are interchangeable, that is such a wild claim that you need to present overwhelming evidence that that's true. And all
Do
you
you
have
think
is that it's an empty label of a self ID, which is fucking pathetic. It's pathetic.